Hello, my name is Neel Patel and I am the member of the group 7 and I am the one who is making the repository. So let's start it. I gave the name group 7 lab 3. Okay, so I created it. Now let's add my other two group members. Okay, inviting first one is Nilkumar Patel. Here is, add him. Another one is Sharath Chintam. So yeah, I added them. Now just copy this link and open the git bash. So I will go to my semester 2 and our subject now. Git clone, sorry, and now paste it. Okay, yeah, so it's created. Now let's see. Yeah, here it is. Now let's create a new folder of my name. Okay, now let's go in the group 7 lab 3 folder. I add my folder here. Okay, let's go to the Neel Patel. Okay, it's empty right now. Now let's create. It's time to understand the code I have written in the code words. So like it's a geese program. The program is basically of like we have to print the value of the birds array which are not in the geese array. So like already geese array is given, and I have created one variable name filter, and I put the value for the new array. So like I started the for loop, and I created one variable named I, and it will start with the 0, and it will continuously go to the end of the birds array. So in this I created one if condition in which I have gave the condition like geese does not include any birds array value. So if this condition becomes true, then it will push the birds array and its variable, and after that the value is went to the filter variable. So this is the program. Now let's save it in my folder. Okay, now let's name it okay, here it is. Not okay, just the code for it, and JS for the JavaScript file. Okay, so save it and close it. As you can see, it's in my folder. Now we will add it. Okay, git add star. Okay, so it added. Now we commit it. This JS created. Okay, yeah, it's done. Now just we have to push it. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, let's check it here. As you can see here, sorry, and you can see this JS is created. In it you can see my JavaScript file and the code for it. Now let's go for the second file. Okay, oh sorry, second is largest sum in array. Let's copy this code and paste it in the notepad file. Okay, so like the program is basically is for like we have to find the two largest numbers from the array, and we have to sum that two number and return it. So I created two variable name first and second, in which we created numbers. So I started for loop in which I declare one variable name I equal to 0, in which it will go to the and I less than numbers dot length, which means it will go until the second last number of the numbers array, and in which I give one if condition, in which I give like if the numbers of I is greater than first, then the second it will go to the second variable equal to first variable, and the first becomes the value of the numbers of I will go to the first value. And if this condition becomes true, then it will continue to the another if condition, in which I declare that if numbers of I greater than second, then the value of the number of I will go into the second variable. and outside of the for loop it will return first value plus second value, so it will return the sum of the two values. Now let's save as. Okay, let's just copy the code for it. Okay, copy it, paste it, and JavaScript, save it. As you can see, we have another file. Now just let's edit. Now git commit. Let's say largest sum error. What's the problem? Oh, sorry. Commit largest sum error. It will work. Yeah. Now we will push it. Yeah, it's done. Yeah. And now let's go for the third file, which is logical calculator. Here it is. Basically in this I have given the three formula like AND, OR, and XOR. So like we have, and from this I have to answer. Like for the first one, it's an AND condition. So like first in the for loop I created one variable named I. It will and I declare that it will I less than array dot length minus 1, which means it will go until the second last value of the array, and it will continue I plus plus. In this I give one if condition which of equal to AND. So in this I've created another one if condition in which if first value is true and also another, and after that value also true, if these both conditions are true, then it will return the true value. Sorry, it will return the third, after that it will third value become the true, and if the condition or if the only one condition is true and another is false, or both of are is false, then it will return the false. It will replace the third value into the false. Okay, so and for the OR there is a condition if from the two values only, even if one condition is true, then it will return the true. It will return the true, and both of them are false, then it will it will give the false to the third value. And for the XOR, if both the condition are true, or both the condition are false, then it will return the false. And if one is both the value, like one is true or one is false, then it will return the true. Okay, so yeah, that's the code for that's it. Now, oh sorry, I didn't copy. Let's copy it. Okay, that's it. And paste it here. Okay, save as.
Hello everyone, my name is Nilkumar Patel, and now I will continue the video. First of all, I'll view the invitation that my friend Neel Patel has sent me, and now I'll accept the invitation so I can clone the repository and edit it. I'll just accept the invitation. Now I'll copy the link. I'll put in my git bash and then git clone the repository, and just explore. So I can now cd into that folder by typing group 7 lab 3. Now I'll just open Visual Studio Code here. It will take a moment. So now I can start working on the repository that my friend created. Now I'll create my own folder first, and then I'll add all three of my JavaScript files. I'll create a new folder here. Call it Nilkumar Patel, and now I'll go to my CodeWars account and my profile. So these are the solutions that I've completed. This is flatten and sort the array. Now this is the first code. I'll just copy this code and I'll go to this problem. I'll copy the ID. First of all, I'll create a new file here, name it the ID of the file in .js so it can stay unique. Now I'll just go back to my solutions, copy this function, paste it here. So this is the function for flattening and sorting an array. First of all, we have taken an array as an input, and Then we have created a new array with this new keyword and array class. Then we'll iterate over the elements of this array variable, and I equal to 0 to I array I dot I less than array dot length, which will iterate over all the elements of the array. Now we have created a new for loop which will go over the first array element of the array that we have taken as the input. This array basically is a two-dimensional array which contains another arrays as its items, and we are now iterating over the inner array, and we'll push the new array ij, meaning the first element of the first array inside this array variable, and push it into the new array that we created. And we'll do this for each and every element of the inner arrays of the array variable that we got as an input. Now we'll just return the new array by sorting it. Sort function sorts the elements alphabetically, so we'll have to pass this function which will return a minus p, which just basically tells JavaScript that this is an integer array, and then the array is sorted accordingly. Now I'll just save this file, go to git bash again, then I'll git add star, which will add all the files that are created in the next commit. Now I'll just write git commit -n, and this is for flattening and sorting an array, so I'll write flatten and sort the array as the file created as the message of the commit. I'll hit enter. Now I'll just git push all the changes that are made, and yes, it's still processing. Eventually it will push all the changes that are made to the file, and it's asking me to log in, so I'll do that quick. Now it will just push all the changes to that repository, and now minimize git bash. Now I'll again create a new file, and I'll go to my solutions. This is adjacent repeated words in a string, and this is the ID for this problem. I'll copy the ID and name the new file as the name of the ID, and .js, which describes it as a JavaScript file. Now I'll again go to my solutions, copy this code and paste it in my .js file that I just created. This is the second problem, which is adjacent repeated words in a string. Now in this file I am getting all the words. First of all, we look at the instructions. In this file we can see that if dog and cat is given as an input, will return 0 because there are no adjacent repeated words. In this one, the dog is repeated 2 times, which is one word, so 1, it comes as an output here. And in this one, cat, so that's 1 consecutive cat, then there's 1 consecutive dog, and there's again 1 consecutive cat, which means we have to return 3 as an output. So this code basically works as a search string is given to it. First of all, we'll convert the string to lowercase, and then we'll split it using the space, which will create an array called ARR, which will have all the words that we have in a string represented as an array. Now in this one, we are first of all checking if the length of the array is 0 or 1, then we'll directly return counter, which is set to 0, because if we have 1 or 0 elements in an array in a string, then it basically means that we don't have any adjacent words in the string. And then if it's not the case, then we will iterate over all the elements of the array, and then we'll check if the first and the element after that are equal, then we'll increase the count. This count is just temporary, and if it's not the case, if the elements are not same, not adjacent, then we will check if the temp count is greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, then we will increase the value of counter, which is the original output that we want to return. And so when this for loop is completed, we will have the number of elements which are repeated adjacently, and then we will check if the temp counter is greater than 1, because sometimes if there are 2 values at the end of the array which are same, then it won't work, because the last element for the counter for the last element will not be increased. So we'll have to put this condition in order to make it work, and then we'll return the counter. So basically that's it for the second problem. Now I'll just git add star again, and then I'll write name of the file, which is count adjacent strings, and I'll hit enter, and I'll again git push all the changes to the server. And yes, it's now we'll go back to my Kata again. Now I'll see the third problem that I've done. This is quite a bit long, so I'll go to the problem first, copy the ID of the problem, then I'll go back to my folder, add a new file, name it as the ID of the file .js, which will create a new JavaScript file for me. And now I'll just go back to my solutions, copy this code, and then I'll go back to my JS file and paste it here. Now in this file, what we have done is we'll read the instructions for that. First of all, we have taken a problem where we will just merge two strings together, and if the first string contains any character that is present in the second string, then we will change the case of that particular character in the first string, and then we'll do the same process reversely and change the case of the second string's characters. And this is basically it. These are the instructions for the problem, and this is the solutions that I've created. It's quite a bit long. I'm new to JavaScript, and there may be a solution smaller than this, but I don't know. This is the one that I've created, and in this one I've created another function called a create object. Create object function basically gives me an object of all the characters in a string. Like if you have ABA, then it will return to me A colon 1, which will A colon 2, which will represent that the character A has been in the string for 2 times, and B will be 1 because B is there only for 1 time. So that's it. That's what the function does. And the change string function basically returns the new string. That new string is actually empty at first, but that string will change the case and according to the number of times the character is repeated. So I'll create objects for both of the strings first, object A and object B. Then I'll console log the objects for debugging purposes, and then I'll create a new strings for using change string function for both of the strings and objects that are passed as an argument to this function, and it returns the new A plus new B, which will return us the combined merged string of both of these split strings. Now I'll just save this file, go back to my git bash and git add star git commit the file, which is the name of the file is play with two strings file created. I'll hit enter, then I'll hit push all the changes. Now that's all done on my part. I'll just go to the repository again and refresh the page to see that my changes have been uploaded to the server, and yes, they are. These are the 3 files that I just created. Now my friend Sharath Chintam will take over, and he'll create his folder and do all the files. So thank you.
Hi, today I'm going to explain some of the JavaScript code using GitHub account. This is our repository group 7 lab 3. I'm going to click on invitation. So this is our repository, and this is our folders, and I have to create my folder in this. So for that, here you can see this is our repository. So there are 2 folders. I can just right click on this, and there's option new folder. So I'm writing my name, Sharath. So the folder is created now. So in that I am going to create 3 new files. So for this I'm giving this name, new file. Here you can see the file is created inside the folder. This is find all occurrences in an array. This is the code for this. This is the code was website. So I already tested this code. So simply I'll just copy and I'll paste it in this. So if you upload this code, here I have to find occurrences of this element 3, the position of the element 3 in this array. So here you can see the input. We gave 6, 9, 3, 4, 3, 82, 11, and we gave the number n 3. So this is the position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in the second position we have 3, and in the fourth position we have 3. So that is we are displaying here. So for that we have created an array, new array, that is result, and in this for loop we are executing let I is equals to 0. That means the first position in the array, and I less than array dot length. That means the total length here of an array, and I plus plus. For every iteration the I value increases. So if array of I is equals to n, that means in this array the value which we are giving is equals to this, just result dot push I. That means we are just storing the position in this I, and then we are returning the result. So that means if the user enters 3 here, like n is equals to 3, so it will just find the position of number 3 in the given array, and it will display it here. That is the find all occurrences of an element in an array. So I'll explain the next one, which is square and sum. So let me just copy this code here. Already tested this code. This is the file name I'm going to give. new file dot js. JavaScript, we use js extension here. So in this, just simply copy this code into this Visual Studio. Here, complete the square sum function so that it squares each number passed into it and sums the result together. So here the given array is 1, 2, 2. So the result should be 9. That means 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square, and we are just summing up this result. Here we created, let sum is equals to 0. Initially the sum is 0, and in for loop let I is equals to 0. That means the 0th position. So I less than numbers dot length, and I plus plus. So after every I value it increases, and then it becomes 1 here and then 2 like that. And here we are giving this operation, sum is equals to sum plus number I into numbers I. That means I in the sense this is the value 1 into 1, and just add that into the sum value. So this is the example here, 1 square, and then it sums the value to this, and then it gives the result here, and then return sum. So whatever the result coming, we are storing in the sum, and then we are displaying this sum. And this is the square and sum problem. And next we are moving into all the numbers in order. So let me create one more file. New file. Extension.js. So I'm going to copy this code which I've already tested here. Save this. So here we have to check whether the numbers are in ascending order or not. So for that function we are using in ASC order, that means in ascending order A. So firstly we are assuming that result is equal to true, and in this for I is equal to 0, I less than a dot length minus 1. That means if the array length is 10, so it's going to check till 9. You can see the example here, 1, 2, 4, 7, 9. So the array length is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means it will check length minus 1 here, and the iteration is like incremented here, I plus plus, then it updates the value 1, and then it checks again and it iterates 2, and it will iterates here 2. And in this if statement you can see if a of I greater than a of I plus 1. That means the whatever we are giving the value a, assume this here 1, 2, 4, 7, 9. That means a of I in the sense a of 0, that means 1, greater than I plus 1. That means the left hand side value in the array is greater than the right side value in the array, then result is equals to false. So that is not in ascending order. So just break out of the loop and then execute again. So if a of I is greater than a of I plus 1, then just return, then result is equal to false. Otherwise print it like these are in ascending order. Here it will returns true because these are in ascending order. So here you can see 9, that means a of I is greater than a of I plus 1. So that means it simply written false because the numbers are in descending order. That's it, these are the numbers are in order. So I've created 3 files in my folder. So I'm opening GitHub desktop here. So you can see the 3 files. It is asking for this. I'm clicking on commit to master. I'm clicking on push origin here. Yeah, now it is done. So I've created 3 files in my folder here. Now we'll view this on GitHub desktop. So we want GitHub. So here you can see the folder Sharath. So in that I've created 3 JavaScript files. That is the end of the video.